Hey guys, welcome to BLONITY. First, my little disclaimer, this is not financial advice, my own opinion and estimates. My estimates could be completely wrong. Don't trust, always verify, understand the numbers, be aware of scammers, and you know the best how to invest your money. Please be aware that I'm invested in Mara, Riot, Hive Blockchain, Argo, Bitfarms, Hut8, KR1, DMG, Digihost, Galaxy, Sphere 3D or Griffin, Digital Mining, Tokens.com, Luxfolio, and Blue Sky Digital Assets. Okay, so let's jump right into it. It has been a while. I mean, I was on holiday and so on, but I really want to start now again with these more or less daily videos. I mean, if there are no news, there will be no video. But yeah, I think the second half of this year could be very interesting because a lot of mining companies, they get new miners, they get expansion, and yeah, there should be a lot of interesting news and hopefully some nice stock price movement. Okay, first let's check Bitcoin. Here's the weekly chart on Binance US here. We had this rise here at the beginning of the year, then this huge pullback. We all know this, and now we printed 5 green candles in a row here on the weekly. So I think a correction would not surprise me right now. I don't think we're going down again here to 30,000. But maybe here we take a little breather, who knows, after 5 green candles, or we push just through, who knows, but it would not surprise me, to be honest. But when we look here to the weekly MACD here, we can see that, yeah, we're crossing positive here since 2 weeks. You know, the last time this happened here, we started the big bull run here from 10,000 to 60,000. So I mean, it would align with a nice rise until the end of the year. For example, December, like 100 or 200,000 would be a nice start right now. Yeah, but no one knows for sure. But I think that's very interesting right now. Also, Ethereum is doing very well. We had this London hard fork. We have now EIP-1559, which burns like 80% of the transaction fees. We will talk about this later. Yeah, some altcoins doing very good. Cardano is crazy, is going crazy right now, close to $3 US. So they have a new all-time high here. That looks very good. We can see this here. I think you can now launch smart contracts on Cardano. I think that's why it's rising. Yeah, when we go to the mining stocks, yeah, Riot is still a little bit boring, to be honest. When we look at the price action, we're still, yeah, way below the all-time highs here, and we're not rising very big. Yeah, but Riot and Mara, they have more than 3 billion in market cap, $3 billion US. It's very interesting, the stock price of these two. Yeah, Mara is doing better here. You can see this. They are approximately always the same here, like here right now, 35, 36 US. And the interesting thing is that Bitfarms and Hut, with, yeah, Hut is now in front with 8.6 Canadian dollars. Bitfarms is dropping right now at 7, but yeah, Bitfarms could rise again. So it's always a nice battle between these two and these two guys here. When we look to Hive Blockchain, yeah, in the last 3 weeks, Hive Blockchain is also a little bit disappointing. We can see here on the weekly that the MACD here crossed positive, or is crossing positive. Okay, it's Monday, so not 100% sure. But yeah, Hive is a little bit disappointing. I think people are waiting for the numbers, the Q1 numbers, the Q2 numbers. I mean, we haven't seen numbers since December 2020. So we have now eight months without financials from Hive, and that's a very long time. I think especially the institutions, they want to buy Nasdaq stocks. They want to see the financials, and I think the financials from Hive are going to be very good because in the last year, in the Q4, I mean, they had very low cost, a very low electricity prices, and a very high revenue. And we all remember that especially in Q1, the Ethereum mining reward was crazy. In Q2, it was still very good. Yeah, so Hive should, the financials should be very good in my opinion, if there are no surprises. So it's time now for Hive to show us the financials. They want to do it in 3 days, 26th of August. I hope there are no delays again, and hopefully Hive can start the big rise here. I mean, Frank Holmes says he wants to bring the company to 10 billion. I think it should be now close to 2 billion US dollars, or 1.5 billion, something like this. So there is room for growth here, definitely, for Hive Blockchain. Very exciting for the financials. When we talk about Bitfarms, for Bitfarms, this is the only one with a new all-time high here since February. Bitfarms performed very well in the last 2 weeks. It dropped after this nice rise here. They have this at the market equity program here with 500 million. I mean, they want to have 8 exahash at the end of 2022. So they need 55,000 new mining machines, where they need something like 300 million US dollars or so. And they want to build the Argentina facility. So overall, they said they need 350 million US dollars to build this. And that's why they will raise capital. That's for sure. Maybe they're raising right now a little bit with the ATM. I don't know. To build a new facility and to be at 8 exahash at the end of next year, it costs a lot of money to build these mining facilities, that's for sure. But overall, an incredible performance. I remember, for example, buying Bitfarms at 30 Canadian dollar cents here. That was, I think, my last purchase here. Not the last purchase. I purchased here too with my big paycheck. But when I accumulated Bitfarms, I accumulated here. I mean, it was at 30, 40, 50 cents, and it's now at 7 Canadian dollars. So that's an insane rise here. What we also can see when we go to the NASDAQ chart here, that the volume since NASDAQ here, I think before this is OTC, and now the volume is really picking up here. So it's incredible, good, positive for these stocks, especially Bitfarms and Hut 8. Again, Hive needs the financials now, and I think then it will be the same, because the volume is not so big right now here, but I expect the same here for Hive. When we go to Hut 8, also you can see on the NASDAQ chart here, the volume is now great. We also can see that Hut 8 formed a really big bottom here. It was very hard down here, to be honest. And when we go to the NEO or TSX V chart here, today we crushed the 9 Canadian dollars. We were at 930. But we were not able to hold the line, and we are below now. I mean, Bitcoin is consolidating a little bit. We were above 50,000. We're now below 50,000. But overall, it looks good for Hut 8 after this tough time. I mean, it's now coming together. We have now, I think, 1.2 to 1.4 exahash, something like this. I think CUN said something like 1.37 exahash online. And in the next few days, we should get the GPUs for mining Ethereum, which should add 2.5 Bitcoins a day with very, very low cost. We will talk about this later. This is Hut. Very happy. I know a lot of my followers, they own Hut because Hut was number 1 in the BMXI in February or so. But since then we had this huge pullback here. But Hut is now one of the fast recoverers, which is very nice in my opinion. We have Digihost, which is the value of Digihost I think is big if they can get all the miners. I mean, right now they have something like 200 petahash online, which is not much, but it should start now in August or September to get these 1.1 or 1.2 exahash, and next year it will start with Bit Digital for a combined hash rate of 3.6 exahash. So that's insane, the potential for Digihost. Also, they're filing for NASDAQ listing. I don't know whether this will happen or not. These are the things I like with Digihost. I mean, when Digihost pumps, it pumps like crazy. We've seen this before. Hope this happens again. So I'm still big in Digihost. What I don't like with Digihost is when you write an email or something like this, you receive a delivery failure and so on. So they really have to work on this investor relation stuff, in my opinion, also to get institutional investors on board. Yeah, when we talk about DMG blockchain, yeah, I bought a lot of DMG blockchain here, down here, to be honest. I checked when I started to buy DMG. I started to buy somewhere here, so that was too high. Then we had this huge drop, but I accumulated all the time. I mean, I made something like 60 buys or so, and I'm now very well in green. Yeah, because of this rise here. And I think DMG is very interesting. They don't have that big hash rate, or right now they have not a lot of hash rate, and they will not at the end of the year, I think. But they have a lot of other stuff like the mining pools they're operating and so on. So I think that's a little bit a different approach, and I really like this. And I think DMG has huge potential. I mean, yeah, it's rising now, or yeah, this pump here was very nice. Yeah, then we have BitDigital, a crazy chart here. I mean, BitDigital has the most, or yeah, the big part of the miners in China. So I don't think they're mining now a lot of Bitcoins, but they want to go to the US. And I think that was the time here when this chart here, when we had this trend reversal. I was day trading this a little bit. I made some nice gains here. Now it's dropping again. So yeah, I don't think it will go much lower. This is not financial advice, but I think BitDigital could be interesting. But yeah, they will ship the miners to Digihost to upstate New York, as I'm aware of. But they will start in January 2022. So I don't know what they're doing. And then in the meantime, what they're doing right now with the miners, are they running or are they not running? So I would be careful right now, but yeah, we have seen what BitDigital can do within a few days here. It's now a nice retracement here, so it could be smart to start a small position here and to look what's going on. I don't have a lot of information about BitDigital right now. There was also a short attack half a year ago. When the big drop here started, they said they have no miners, and to be honest, I don't know why they need 5 months to ship the miners to North America. Yeah, we don't know 100%, but I think I will start a small position here very soon. And in my HODL portfolio, again, I have now 90% or so in my HODL portfolio, which I'm telling you here in the videos. And then I have like 10% in a trading portfolio right now, where I trade a little bit to make money. You know, I'm now full-time in this blockchain, crypto, Bitcoin mining stuff. So I have to cover some expenses. So that's why I'm trading right now, to make a little money here to cover my expenses. Okay, yeah, then we have Lux. Lux also good here. Lux Folio, Blue Sky, not so. It's still very low, to be honest. And Argo too. Yeah, especially with my trading account, also with my HODL account for sure. But with my trading account, I moved now big into Argo. I think Argo is undervalued right now. There was also something like a short seller attack. Yeah, MACD has not crossed positive here. So in my opinion, Argo has a huge potential if Bitcoin rises again here. Let's see what's going on there. What I really want to see now are the new miners for Argo Blockchain to come online here to get to 1.7 exahash very soon. And I want to hear something about the Pluto investment. I mean, Pluto, they wanted to do an IPO. I haven't heard anything about this. So it would be nice to get some information here about this one. And I'm very excited about Texas. Good that they started there. Yeah, and hopefully we will get in Q2 2022 all the miners online there. Yeah, okay. So yeah, let's go to the hash rate. The hash rate is at 120 exahash, so we have seen the huge drop here with the China shutdown, and since then we are rising, so the miners are finding new homes, but we're still a lot lower than we were, so that's still very good. Yeah, the next difficulty adjustment is gonna be like 13% or so. The last one was 7 plus. So yeah, difficulty is rising. We are now at, yeah, we will be We are now at 15.5 here in the difficulty. I zoom a little bit. And the estimate is at 17.5. I think we were at 25 in March or April or so. So we're still very low compared to this. Yeah. Then we have BlackRock, the biggest asset company in the world. Yeah, they're investing in Bitcoin miners, 383 million US dollars. They invested in Riot and in Mara, 6.7 and 6.6%. So that's very interesting. I mean, BlackRock was, yeah, they were a little bit negative in the last few months and said, yeah, Bitcoin is consuming too much energy and so on. But you know what? They bought the dip. Don't hear what they say. Look what they're doing. They're buying. We have now Fidelity invested in Mara, invested in HUT, I think in Hive, maybe in Bitfarms, not sure. Argo has a lot of institutional investment and so on. So they're buying. So this big dip and this big ESG initiative is BS. Yeah, and here Mike is always tweeting some interesting stuff about the institutional investors in Argo. And yeah, the Block ETF, I think this is the biggest Bitcoin company ETF, bought another 1.8 million Argo shares, and they have now 22.3 million Argo Blockchain shares. So that's very interesting, and yeah, that's why I'm feeling good, very good with my Argo shares when the big guys or the ETFs are accumulating. Yeah, we have Frank Holmes here. He was on the radio there, and he wants to get the company to a 10 billion market cap. I mean, Hive Blockchain was my first miner I was investing starting in 2017. I mean, I was riding the whole bear market through with Hive Blockchain, and to be honest, it was a very hard time. I mean, I experienced in the last few months how it is when all things are going down like crazy. And I mean, it's not even a bear market, it's more a big correction in the bull market, in my opinion. But yeah, Frank Holmes, I mean, he was riding 3 years through the bear market with Hive Blockchain. He took over in late 2018, and it was a very difficult time. I mean, Hive Blockchain had sometimes a negative gross mining margin. So Ether was at $80 US or so, and Hive was mining at 150 or so. I mean, that was crazy. And yeah, but Frank Holmes, he didn't give up, and he transformed this company into a $1 billion company, and he wants to go now to 10 billion. I think he will do it. I have huge respect for Frank Holmes for going through this bear market with Hive Blockchain. I mean, right now with the late filings, it's annoying, to be honest. So Darcy should really hurry up a little bit to get the filings done. But on the other side, Hive Blockchain is very lean, and they have not a lot of people working there. So the G&A, the expenses are very low, especially in the last few quarters. As I know, we will see in Q1 and Q2 how this developed. But I think it will stay low, and yeah, that's why we have to wait sometimes for maybe for the financials. I'm not concerned about Hive Blockchain. I think I think it we should get the financials, and then we will judge about this. And by the way, a lot of companies are filing now. Mara, Bitfarms, HUT, and so on. They all file. I will talk about this in the next few videos. I have to read those. No big surprises in my opinion. They are all approximately at 30 million in revenue. What is a little bit high in my opinion for HUT and Bitfarms, and I have to check for Mara, are the G&A, the expenses, for the administrative expenses there. They are 8 or 10 million or so. I have to check why they're so much up. But overall, I think the financials look good. But I will go into detail in the next few videos. When we talk about mining profitability, Bitcoin mining profitability is now at 44 cents per day per terahash. Which was the year high in April, when Bitcoin was at 65,000 US dollars. So we're now at the same level here again. So mining is still very profitable, and our miners, most of them have more hash rate now, so they're making more revenue than in April, but the stock prices are lower than in February, so most of the miners, and yeah, that's very interesting. So in my opinion, that shows us that there is a big potential here. When we look to Ethereum mining profitability, I think it's wrong here. The 10 US dollars per day per mega hash, because they say here the transaction fees are the reward are 6,000 ether here in transaction fees. But as you probably know, that the big part of the transaction fees is burned right now. So that means that it's not existent anymore. It's destroyed. And yeah, it lowers the inflation for Ethereum, which should be good for the Ether price in the long run. But for the miners, that means right now that like 30% of the reward is missing. So they get less Ether for mining, which is not so nice. But on the other side, the price of Ether is rising. So in US dollar terms, there should be no big effect. Okay, let's check, for example, for Bitfarms at 1.42 exahash. I mean, Bitfarms really should get some more hash rate right now. They really have like 3 months or so, these 1.4 exahash. And yeah, we are waiting now to get to 1.5 or even more. But with this 1.42 exahash, yeah, we have a revenue close to 600 million US dollars, 11.6 bitcoins a day, and a profit of a gross profit of approximately 500,000, sorry, not 600 million, 600,000 in revenue. Profit, gross profit 500,000 with 4 cents and 70 megawatts. Yeah, per month that means 15 million in gross profit. So yeah, Bitfarms is also running right now a run rate of 200 million a year. Also very interesting. And yeah, next year they will have the big ramp up here for the hash rate, like Hut 8. Yeah, Hive Blockchain is getting 3 exahash, wants to have 3 exahash at the end of the year and 1 exahash at the end of this month. In addition to the big Ethereum mining, so Hive really is gonna make a lot of money. Yeah, when we go to Hut 8, I think they said they have 1.37 exahash. I hope I'm right here. 100 megawatt approximately, so they're mining 11 bitcoins a day. Also revenue 550,000. And what's very interesting, yeah, they will get the Ethereum hash rate at the end of August. Hopefully they will do it in time, or maybe beginning of September, who knows. But CUNS was tweeting that they will do it in August. So with the 1.6 terahash here and the 5 megawatts on power, they will have an additional revenue of 120,000 US dollars with a very low cost here of 5,000. So this will help to get the mining margin for Hut 8 up significantly. Let's say 120,000 US dollars additional a day to the 550,000. So that's, yeah, close to 700,000 US dollars a day, or 650,000 US dollars a day right now in revenue. That helps a lot. Yeah, when we go to Ethereum and look at the EIP-1559, there are some websites where you can see how much is burned. Since it started at the beginning of August, the total rewards were 246,000 ether, and yeah, 80,000 were burned. So that's 32%. That means a net issuance of 167,000 Ethereum. So the inflation of Ethereum is declining. There's 30% less Ethereum now from the new minted Ethereum, or from the transaction fees. There's a big part is destroyed, like 80% or so, and on average I think 70-80%. And yeah, that should help the Ethereum price to go up in the long run. Let's jump to Hive Blockchain again. Yeah, they're ordering a lot of machines right now. At the end of the year, they want to have the 3 exahash, and they're mining they're ordering new machines for next year. So the S19 Pro with Bitmain, that's interesting. They ordered a lot of other miners like Canaan or MicroBT, but now they're working together with Bitmain again. Yeah, and they say they hodl all the Bitcoins. They mined like 875, so that should be soon a lot more, because now Hive is now ramping up the Bitcoin hash rate, and they have 25,000 Ethereum. So that's more than 100 million. I think it's now more than 130 million US dollars or so. Yeah, and the run rate should be at 220 million a year. So very good for Hive Blockchain. Also, Mara filed the financials here. The revenue is up, at 30 million. I mean, Mara, they're growing like crazy. They mined like 445 bitcoins in Q2. Riot mined close to the same, the 444. So they're very close together. Then we have Bitfarms with 391 bitcoins and Hut 8 with 300. Argo had 225. That's the ranking there. We have this website here, btc.com stats pool, where you can see the mining pools, but I think the numbers are probably wrong, or some of them. I'm not sure, but Mara pool here always is below 1 exahash. Here they're now at 491 petahash. But when I check the numbers, especially from Q2, they should have mined with the 1.5, 1.6 exahash on average to get these 545 bitcoins. So I don't trust this hash rate here right now. And when I look here, they all have the same here. Thash, Mara pool, OKX pool. I'm not sure. I think it's not working here right now. Yeah, again here, Riot produced 444 bitcoins here. That was big. Okay, so it's now close to 30 minutes. Sorry guys. No big news for Digihost. I hope they will soon get the miners. DMG blockchain, also no big news. Yeah, and then we had BitDigital. I cannot click here because we do it next time. We will talk about BitDigital a little bit more. And stop this here. Okay, I have now a little issue here. So, okay, again. So BTC below 50,000 US dollars. Hopefully we will continue this streak here, but if we correct a few days, I don't think that's a big issue. I mean, the big target for me is at the end of the year, or even 2022. It's also okay for me. I hope for this big bull run here, and then that will be life changing for many of us, I think. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and hopefully see us tomorrow. Auf Wiedersehen.